Jim Jordan has been leading his Republicans in the House of Representatives since they gained power earlier this year on a crusade to put an end and expose, of course, all of the corruption of the Biden administration, specifically, of course, President Biden's weaponization of federal agencies to go after his so-called political enemies. But if Jim Jordan really wanted to find out who is weaponizing the federal government to go after their political enemies, he's looking in the wrong spots. Because according to John Kelly, the former chief of staff to Donald Trump, it was Trump who attempted on multiple occasions to use the federal government to make the lives of his political enemies a living hell. According to a recently unveiled transcript of John Kelly giving a sworn deposition under oath, under penalty of perjury, John Kelly says that Donald Trump wanted to use the IRS to investigate FBI agents Peter Strzok and Lisa Page, the two individuals that Donald Trump repeatedly throughout his administration referred to as the lovers, Lisa Page and Peter Strzok. You know, because they were investigating his, alleged ties to Russia. They were, Peter Strzok, by the way, was leading that investigation. So where's that investigation, Jim? Huh? You sitting there looking for the weaponization of the federal government. You now have the former chief of staff to the former president of the United States saying Trump asked us to do this. He asked us to have the IRS investigate these people and several others. And I am saying this, John Kelly, under oath, under penalty of perjury, because it actually happened. So what happened was that Donald Trump, according to Kelly, I believe this was 2018, had asked about using the IRS to investigate Peter Strzok and Lisa Page. He also, according to Kelly, wanted to use the IRS to investigate James Comey, Andrew McCabe, former CIA Director John Brennan, Hillary Clinton, and Jeff Bezos, because he was unhappy with the Washington Post coverage of his administration. So Trump wanted to use it against everybody he hated. It wasn't just the people investigating him. It was anybody that he didn't like. He wanted to use federal agencies, the IRS and DOJ specifically, to investigate these people. Now, here's the interesting part. First of all, why is there no investigation into this? Because there are specific laws saying that the President of the United States cannot direct any government agency to investigate their rivals. That law was enacted by Congress after Nixon resigned for obvious reasons. So we do have a very specific law that, based on John Kelly's sworn statement under oath, it seems like Trump violated it. So first of all, we need an investigation into that right now. But second of all, and I think this is the thing that everybody has missed because I haven't seen it anywhere. So let me throw it out there first. Why does Donald Trump think that having the IRS investigate you is such a bad thing? Isn't that kind of admitting that, when the IRS looks at you, they'll find illegal stuff? No. Most people, you watching this, me sitting here saying this, if the IRS were to investigate us, it'd be like, all right, I got to go sit for an audit. That's annoying, but it's not going to make my life a living hell. I don't cheat on my taxes, but I can see how somebody who does cheat on their taxes would think that the IRS looking at your finances would be the worst thing in the world, which is likely the case with Donald Trump. That's why he wanted to use the IRS, because I'm assuming he thinks that because he does it, everybody else does it as well. But most people just file their taxes like normal. They'll use Intuit, TurboTax, H&R Block, whatever it is. We're not cheating. But if you're the kind of person that cheats on your taxes, I can imagine why you think the IRS investigating you would make your life a living hell, which is exactly what Donald Trump was trying to do. Because let's face it, based on what's coming out of New York, looks like that guy was one of the biggest tax cheats we've ever had. Thanks for watching, everyone, and well, here comes the awkward part at the end of the video where I ask you to like, comment, and share, and subscribe for more content from Ring of Fire. Also, you should consider becoming a member for some exclusive content and perks, including early access videos and exclusive videos. Check out the link in the description.